Hey guys, Jack Flash here with another Jack Flash review, and in today's post I want to look at Metallica's concert. Let me just start by saying I'm not a very well versed metal critic, but I went there with an open mind, so I'm hoping that for some of you harder-edged fans this review will satiate you. Just to begin with, I briefly wanted to look at the two support bands, Baroness and Lamb of God. We arrived shortly after Baroness had started playing, and I found their set to be quite enjoyable. However, the second band was Lamb of God, and I honestly have to say I found them pretty woeful. That's just me personally, not a huge metal fan, but I think the crowd were enjoying it, so that's the main thing. There was a lot of death circles, which I don't really understand, but I think everyone was having a good time, so that's the main thing. Personally though, as a warm-up act, they did the exact opposite for me. But thankfully when Metallica came on, it changed quite a lot. They had a very interesting stage setup. It was a 360-degree stage, and it was interesting when I came in trying to work out all the effects and just trying to see what was what on the stage. The very first song, the intro song, was That Was Just Your Life, which was excellent intro song for all the band members to jump on stage. The very first one off Death Magnetic, if my memory serves. When they came on stage, that's when the lasers came on. Now, they were impressive. It reminded me very much of the old 70s laser rock shows, which were, you know, so indicative of the time. And I thought that, you know, that was very sort of a great way for them to sort of kick off the concert. When they played Fuel, they had exploding fire columns. Now that was amazing. Definitely didn't expect that. And they had these huge sort of coffin-shaped obelisks descending from the stage during points at the performance as well, which were very impressive, sort of to signify that it was the Death Magnetic tour. So I was quite interested to sort of see them, their stage craft, which was very impressive. James Hetfield's voice, honestly, has just gotten better with age, I think. He's very, you know, practiced musician, and I think it's one of the best rock voices you can expect from, you know, such a revered man. Kirk's stage presence was very composed. He didn't jump around a lot or seem to do a whole lot, but as far as a guitarist, I mean, you can't fault him. He was right on cue with everything that they were doing, and I think that it's important, and maybe he's sort of the backbone of the band. And indeed, Lars seemed to jump around as the drummer a lot more than Kirk did, which is interesting, as most bands, the drummer's usually the person standing behind the drum kit, not giving much away. At one point, James addressed the audience and asked if there were any Metallica virgins during the concert, and I had to sheepishly raise my hand because unfortunately I've never been to a Metallica concert before, but it was fun when he said that, and I think everyone had a good laugh. I remember at one point I actually had to go to the toilet, which I was a little annoyed about, and as I walked into the bathroom I could hear the bass, and it was actually rattling the ventilation, and it was amazing to see how far that the bass had actually travelled, and it felt like the whole stadium was going to be rattled to pieces. The best songs for me personally were I Disappear. That's the one off the Mission Impossible 2 soundtrack, if I remember. One was really great to hear. Of course they were going to play One. Enter Sandman was really, really great. Nothing Else Matters. I think everyone was looking forward to that the most. I mean, and personally, I think that's their magnum opus. It was just, you know, it was just really, really epic song, and you know, when they played it, everyone just went absolutely nuts. And I remember the very last song was Seek and Destroy, and I thought that was an interesting choice for a last song, as I'm not sure how many fans kind of view that as one of their top songs. I mean, something like Enter Sandman or Nothing Else Matters could have easily taken that spot. But what they actually did at this point was turn on all the house lights and got everyone to sing along to the song, which was really, really great. And there was these gigantic floating balloons, these black balloons with Death Magnetic written on them. and they descended from the top of the arena during this song. And I remember all of the fans were scrambling to get one of these balloons, which was fun to watch. And I actually saw a few fights break out. It was quite interesting, but I suppose that's the crowd. After they finished their very last song, I was extremely impressed. They actually stood on stage for 15 minutes just interacting with the crowd. They were throwing out pics, they were talking to the different crowd members at the front of the stage. Most bands, as soon as they finished a set, they just want to get straight off stage, but these guys were really doing it for the love, and I have to say that's one of the points that I really sort of thought, well, these guys obviously love what they're doing and they actually care about their fans. So it was very gratifying to see them actually, stay there and try to, form a rapport with the audience. I think overall it was a really, really great experience, and I think probably I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought that I would. So it was really, really, really great to see. That's about it from me this guys week, so take care and I'll see you next time.